How do you know if you have a buried oil tank in your yard? Not so easy to tell. This home in particular, when they moved in, had a deck all the way from the garage door across their back porch. So when we had a home inspection, one of the things that was noted is this pipe. This led us to do further investigation. We started by calling local oil companies to see if they had ever serviced this home. We were able to find out that this particular address had frequent oil fill-ups to their tank up until 2013, and then it stopped. Once we were armed with the information that this home at one point had an oil tank, we had to determine if it was underground or if it was an above-ground oil tank. As you can see, this home next door has an above-ground oil tank. For obvious reasons, we know that this property does not have an above-ground oil tank. So now we need to contact a local environmental group to see if they can determine if the oil tank is still buried underground and proper ways to dispose of it if there is. By partnering with the local environmental group that checks for underground oil tanks and how to properly remove them, we're able to work through the process. This included getting the power company and utility companies out to mark the lines so that they were safe as they were removing and investigating the oil tank. Once this was completed, the environmental company came out, took samples of the ground, did some markings to confirm there is an oil tank underground. They took those samples and then were then able to decide if the ground had been contaminated and how far of a distance it was from the house. These are all very important in terms of how you remove the oil tank safely. Now that we have confirmation that there is an oil tank, it is underground and buried, there are multiple options to removing it. Do you leave it in place and fill it, or do you take it out and remove it completely?
If you guessed that we had to remove the tank versus just filling it, you were correct. Today we will have an entire crew here. They will first start with taking off a portion of the fence. They will then gain access to the oil tank. They'll drain any residual oil. They will then safely remove the oil tank and discard it through their environmental means. And then they will backfill the land with the proper amount of dirt and sand.
For the excavator to roll over.